Well, we've got some incredible equipment on the water down here. Let's look at our field. It's the U91, the Miss Goodman Real Estate, This boat from Miss Madison Racing. It is driven by Andrew Tate. This is the 2018 hull. This is the newer of the two boats from the Miss Madison Racing stable. This boat was here powder blue and white over the last few years. Driven by Dylan Rennie. Jimmy Shane had so many good runs in this particular hull. Now it's Andrew Tate's turn, and young man can handle a race boat.
Most certainly can, I think he's got the best ride out there in the field, and I think he's one of the best talents also.
Next up on our list from Daryl and Vanessa Strong in the Tri-Cities of Washington. Great job switching the camera there, looking right down the barrel there of the U1, the Beacon Electric, driven by J. Michael Kelly. And a boat you know well, although it's been changed an awful lot, but you spent some time in this hull. It's a good one.
Defending national champion.
It is.
Gold Cup winner, so that's another great contender to win the weekend.
And those awards that you just mentioned that he won, he did it all in the same heat. He managed to collect them all, mix in a Lake Washington win.
That's amazing.
And he's won 5 times now on Lake Washington. That's a big deal, as you know. He will be a player in this. We saw him out in the test session this morning. He was working on some interesting timing marks. He turned a lap today that included a fast timing run to the start-finish line, and the average speed for the lap was 80 miles per hour. That speaks volumes to what he was doing. He was crawling at the top end, but the 80-mile-an-hour rule is gone, so it's a new start sequence.
I enjoy that. I never really liked the 80-mile-an-hour rule, so you're disqualifying races before the race.
That's exactly why it is gone, and that's why this new leadership at H1 wanted to get rid of it. I didn't even tell you to do that, and you walked right down that path, so that's a good one. Right behind him there on the water is teammate Corey Peabody, driving the U9, the Beacon Plumbing, the predominantly white boat trimmed in blue and yellow. And this boat with Corey, he was virtually unbeatable here, unbeatable on the circuit last year until we came here and they broke the strut down there in turn 1 and missed a couple of heats. And as you and I saw yesterday, he missed 2 heats, and he still lost the national high points by a mere 84 points. That boat was almost unstoppable.
Yes, last year and the year before, he was really, really hot. And, sometimes one race, it just changes the whole course of things. That's what happened last year here. And,
it sure did, and they'd love nothing more than to turn it around here because they didn't have the best trip down in Lake Guntersville a weekend ago. But as you know, too, man, it can change overnight. Just something happens on the drive up. And all of a sudden, your boat that was running so beautifully, you can't get it right and can't get it straight. I look for him to come out here and run strong and have a good weekend. There he is on the screen.
Beautiful paint job on that thing.
Isn't it pretty?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Isn't it pretty?
Mr. Cahill must be pretty happy.
Mr. Cahill, I am told, wanted a little more splash on the boats. And clearly, these two boats look really good from the air. They look great. So there's the U9, the Beacon Plumbing, and Corey Peabody. Rounding out our 4-boat field is a little bit further up the dock, but it is behind Corey Peabody. There you're looking at it, U40 Bucket List Racing. Keep saying it, an extremely fast boat. One of these days, Kelly Stockland's going to get a win as an owner.
Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. They put a lot of work into that boat, and this boat really fast. It's really stable, and it's been qualifying very fast all year long last year, and again in Guntersville. So.
Yep. And Dustin Eccles is his second season here as the full-time driver for Kelly of the fast boat. He'd driven the other boat, the little boat as we call it, the 440 for many years, but Kelly was true to his driver, and he had earned that job. He had earned his opportunity to drive this fast boat, and he's doing a great job with it. We are inside, Jean, 10 minutes until the start. We're coming up on 6:55. What's a driver doing right now in the cockpit? What's he doing while he's sitting there?
I think he's really concentrating right now, thinking of what kind of strategy he's going to be doing and what he's going to do for starting procedure and so forth. And it's a bit new again this year because the 80-mile-an-hour is gone, and so the starting strategy's been changed. So, but I think he's concentrating on his strategy right now.
So what do you think of this new start procedure? You watched a little bit of it last week with the score up and all that stuff. What do you think?
I love it.
Oh, you do?
I
love it. Good.
I love it. I'm happy they went back to that. That's the way it was when I started in 05.
Yeah.
So I just love it. And fighting for lanes, I think, it's so important for any type of hydroplane racing.
Well, we always call it from the broadcaster perspective. It's the race before the race. A lot happens. You can win it and lose it right there.
Absolutely. And you can have a slower boat, have it lane 1 and win the race.
Yep. And the lid is already down on Andrew Tate. One of the changes we made here a year ago, I'm sure you're aware of this, but as we look at the U-91 there in the foreground, we see this crew member back there with a hand on the fairing at the back of the boat. As you know, the boats can't come out on the race course until the 5-minute mark. Well, we had some of them kind of jumping that a little bit because lane position was important, and even the race off the dock got important. The rule was implemented here a year ago. You must have a crew member with physical contact with the boat when the clock strikes 5 minutes. And the comment was made, if you can find somebody with 40-foot arms, that might be the guy you want.
Yeah, exactly. But
so
it makes it fair for everybody.
It does. Everybody's got to come off the dock at the same time. Nobody can cut the race course when they come out here. They are going to have to go out and around the course. And again, the 80-mile-an-hour rule, as Jean Thioret says he's happy to see gone, is indeed. We are one mark. 5 minutes, you see that crew member hanging on to the back of the boat. They'll twist the nose out.
Brad, what are the DMZ zones here this weekend, you know?
Yes, I don't have a course map in front of me, but it is down there. They cannot go beyond the GP course. They got to come in before that, believe it or not.
Okay.
A little bit different. And then up at the top end, they've got to cut before the bridge. I can't tell you which exact buoy is up there, but they can still cut from back to front, or front to back on the lower end of the race course where the boats are now. They can cut from the back stretch to the front stretch before they get to the bridge, as I saw the map.
Good.
Please don't anybody quote me on that one. I asked for a course map. I still haven't got one. But our boats are away from the dock. We got 4 expected. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and now the fun begins.
Everybody's on the water.
So JMK came out first. He's going up the backstretch. And again, just to remind everybody, the next part of this start sequence is everybody's got to go around the course once. So we'll see that. But after that, then it's put your boat behind the start-finish line at 90 seconds. And if you jump that score-up buoy at 90 seconds, your buddy over here to my left is going to tell you to move to the outside. They're going to tell you to drop back and move to the outside. Again, the idea is not to disqualify you before the race.
Okay, there's no minute penalties. It's just you have to go outside.
Nope, you just have to go outside. That's exactly right. Then if you jump to start, we've got other issues there. But Jonathan Abbott, your buddy over here, he's got the watchful eye for that. We haven't had to do that yet. We haven't had anybody jump the score-up buoy. So we'll see how that plays out. It's got to happen at some point in time. But here comes the 2 beacon boats. The 2 boats from Daryl and Vanessa Strong. Oh, look at the great shot from the drone. You got JMK on the inside. Just to his right and behind him is Corey Peabody in the U9. They will come down here side by side, looking at the clock now at 3 minutes and 3 seconds.
JMK just cut
there's
the course.
Mike cutting the race course here. That's a legal maneuver. He will jump over to the other side, says, I don't want to be a part of this. Now it's Corey and Andrew down at the bottom, and Dustin's going to go all the way down to the bottom end of the race course. 2:45 to the start. Everybody kind of bunched down at the bottom with the exception of Mike, and he's approaching the Milton Madison Bridge. Lots still to be decided here with regards to lanes. Jean, I know you're aware of this, but we're going 3 times around. The fastest race boats in the world. Now, our field is going to go underneath the bridge and find JMK sitting up there, and the radio guys are telling him where Mike is, right?
Absolutely.
They're saying he's sitting there probably in lane number 1. We saw Mike doing those slow timing runs, and he was definitely sitting in 1. Now watch this. We're at 2 minutes and 5 seconds. They can't cross this until the $1:30 mark, so Mike's going to try and defend that lane without jumping the minute 30s mark. So here they come off the top end.
You got a lot of time to burn.
They've got a lot of time to burn, but they all have to stay behind this.
Yeah, they'll be okay.
And it doesn't make any difference how slow they go. Coming up on 15 seconds. Now look at Mike. He'll come down, and he's going to protect that lane. Watch him back off again. We are at about 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark looks good to me.
It's all good.
Looks good to me, and we've got a good score up from the officials. Now, they still haven't got their lanes established yet because they do that at the entrance to 2. 5-length overlap to move over on somebody. So now Mike's got to defend that lane, and the guy he's got to defend it against is his teammate, Corey Peabody.
Yeah. Andrew's in lane 3, so when
Yep, and then it's going to be
back a bit.
It's going to be bucket list on the outside. Now Mike's radio guys will tell him nobody's coming after you. Go ahead and pull your foot. So he does. He'll slow it down. Now here comes Andrew, but I don't think he's going to be able. Now look at Mike. He picks it up as the radio guy tells him that Andrew's coming.
Corey did the same thing. So.
Yep. So when they get to the entrance pin at 2, that's when the lanes will be established. But I think we pretty much got this one figured out.
JMK in lane 1 and Corey 2 and Andrew 3 and Dustin Eccles lane 4.
You got it. Jean Fiorette laid them out for you right there. Looking at 4 boats from the drone as they go through the top end. We're going to go 3 times around. Now it is just a normal start. As we've done for many, many years, you've now seen the new start procedure for the first time. 4 boats coming off the top end. This is the idea of this procedure. Bunch the boats up and bring them down.
John, a bit early.
Yeah, John, you're going to tell me what the timing run is, but I always said it was about 12 seconds off of that bridge.
Exactly.
The guys put the hammer down, and here
we go.
We go. So we are inside 5 seconds. We are 3, 2, 1, mark.
Oh.
It's really going to be close, but we got 4 boats coming across start finish line. JMK broke the clock. Who'll get down to the corner first? Kelly is in 1. He's going to get down there first. Got Corey Peabody with him, and somewhere on the outside, here comes Andrew Tate in the 91. The 2 strong boats.
Peabody.
Corey Peabody jumps out in front on JMK. Somewhere on the outside, you can't see him, is Andrew Tate. So they are locked together up the backstretch.
We got a race.
We got a race going, and that's what we want. Now, can Kelly gobble him up as he gets up at the top end? He's got lane position.
Yeah.
The start was good. The start was legal, John, so everybody is on it. Oh, boy, this is good. Top end. Where is Andrew? Where is Andrew? There he is. He is back a bit. The 2 strong boats are keeping him at bay so far, and Corey Peabody is going to come down and have the lead at the end of lap number 1. Peabody from lane 2, Jean, looking strong.
Well, I think lane 2 here in Madison's pretty good choice,
1 in the books, 2 to go. You see Kelly on the inside, but Andrew is not going to give up. You know that Tate kid. He's going to keep driving this thing. We are on lap number 2 of 3. Peabody down there first. Got about a boat length and a half on Kelly.
Nose to nose.
Here comes the acceleration. You talked about it yesterday. Who's got it?
Yeah.
Who's got it? Oh, Corey Peabody looking good. He's got to protect that boat on his left. He's also got to watch Tate in the right side mirror.
Corey's really doing a good job right now.
Corey's driving a whale of a race. Now Kelly begins to close a little bit, but a lot of that is just angle from where we are standing. And don't count out that guy on the outside. Peabody, Kelly really close together lane-wise, but it looks good. JMK with a good corner.
Yes.
Now, giving him plenty of room is Corey Peabody. He's also making Andrew Tate run a big wide race course. Here comes Corey Peabody. He will come down and pick up a white flag with 1 more to go. Peabody from lane number 2 got his teammate in the left side mirror, got Andrew Tate in the right side mirror. Still anybody's boat race. There's a really good race for second place here.
Yes.
Can Tate run down Kelly from the outside?
That'll be close.
Final time around. Peabody there. Boy, look at the interest. Look at that lane position for Kelly. He's able to gobble up some ground, but it's this acceleration off the corner from Corey Peabody that is setting him apart from his teammate. Now we see Andrew Tate drop back just a little bit. This is a Daryl and Vanessa strong heat right now. Both boats, Beacon Electric and Beacon Plumbing, out front running 1-2, and it is the plumbing boat on top. Corey Peabody. Underneath the Milton Madison Bridge, this is the final lap. They will come down and pick up a checkered flag. Look at Kelly hanging right with him on the inside. He needs a good corner up here. His teammate's going to give him plenty of room. Mike slides off and comes down. Now it's just acceleration to the line. So far, it's been Corey
really
Peabody
good.
that's had it.
Yes, Corey's really doing a good job, and I think lane 2 is a really good lane choice.
Here we come to put Heat 1 of H1 Unlimited into the book. It is Corey Peabody going to come home in first place by about
second.
4 boat lengths back is JMK, and then it is Andrew Tate, just like that. Boom, boom, boom.
And Dustin Eccles is going to take 4th place.
Dustin's going to come down. He is just underneath the bridge. He will come down and pick up a 4th place finish. I was not positive, Jean, about that start. It was close.
I was really scared.
Those guys were on the line.
Yeah. JMK really does a good job on the starting procedure and taking a really good start.
Well.
But I think lane position was the ideal.
That was the key.
That was the key to today for Corey. it's a good run for Corey. You know, I'm sure it'll bring hope back into the team and all that, and confidence.
He will be a very happy young man, and I'm sure his response to anything we ask is just going to be, that's one. That's one.
Yes.
Because they're looking to have a rebound weekend in that team, and specifically Corey Peabody. But I think the other piece to that puzzle is they kept that 91 guy, that Tate character, back in third place.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really, yes.
Well, there we go. We just heard it was a clean race.
Great.
Nothing called on the water, so now the boats just have to go through tech inspection.
Yep.
Our finish order is official on the water, and now we'll see if it ends that way from the tech truck. J. Michael Kelly, the first back. He comes back in the U1, the Beacon Electric. So our boats are coming back to the dock. JMK back first.
We're talking about the points race, you know, and JMK he wanted to win.
Yeah,
but
he certainly did.
Corey Peabody took it away from him. And
well, and you know, Daryl and Vanessa said they were going to run that as two separate boats, and they're going to compete. And he's been true to his word. There is not a number one boat and a number two boat, and one gets the good gear and the other doesn't. It's a very competitive team down there. Andrew Tate, I think, just learned something, too, that if he's planning on driving around these guys, that may not be the answer. But a good race to start our H1 Unlimited competition.
Absolutely.
This is good stuff, and I'll remind our fans watching on the H1 Unlimited YouTube channel from where we are standing here, Jean and I, we are looking right down at the dock in front of us. Erica Allreed is down there with her microphone, and she is staring at a blue and white hydroplane coming in, and she will have Corey Peabody here momentarily as soon as he steps off. And we might get a smile out of him, but I think he's going to remain pretty focused.
Yeah, focused and humble.
Don't you like that? That kind of fun?
Yeah, it was fun.
Good boat racing, huh?
Yeah, of course.
Makes you want to get in one.
Of course, yeah. I'm not sure that's good or bad. Maybe my wife won't be too happy about that.
We won't tell her. We won't tell her. Oh, gosh. So there, for fans here in Madison, Indiana, and maybe a lot of you online that are watching for the first time, that is our new start procedure. It seemed to work out very well. We ended up having our four boats bunched beautifully at start-finish line. And that's what we wanted. We wanted to keep the boats legal as we could before the heat really got underway, and we wanted to have our boats bunched up for the start. Looking down there, our fans watching online there will see J. Michael Kelly. He's going to walk up and congratulate his buddy, Corey Peabody, who steps off the boat, gets a fist bump. And on some level, J. Michael Kelly's talking to his boss because Corey Peabody's the team general manager.
Yeah.
So, Corey takes off the helmet. And somewhere around there is the requisite bottle of water.
We'll see Erica pretty soon here.
Here he comes, fist bump with a couple of the crew members. He's walking up the dock. And he's come right over to Erica Allreed, so we will await for the cue.
Down here with our first heat winner, Corey, your first heat win of the 2024 season, and it was a strong racing 1-2 there for a while. So what do you believe gave you the edge over your teammate?
We just kept grinding. You know, these guys have been really busy for the last couple of weeks, giving me a good race boat. We started out the season with a good race boat, but things didn't go our way. We worked. We got here. Still got to go through tech truck, but it's a good feeling to get the 9 boat back out front and see where we're at against these other guys. Happy for Beacon Plumbing, happy for Beacon Electric, Clifty Engineering, all our other sponsors. So much praise to them and thank yous. We're here and we're going to keep trying to win.
It's great to see you back out front where we're so accustomed to seeing you. So congratulations on the run, and we look forward to seeing you back out there.
All right, thanks, Erica.
Thank you very much, Erica Allreed. And as a good driver does, and you know how this works, he thanked all the sponsors. I think he checked all the boxes, and he, of course, thanked his crew for all the hard work since they left Gunnersville to get some more speed in the boat.
It's so important to be mindful of everybody who's helping on the team and making this work happen.
Yep. And I've said this many years and many times that, you know, we always talk about H1 Unlimited Racing. It's NASCAR on the water and all this stuff. And we all wish we were as big as NASCAR. And I always say, you know, the bad news is we're not as big as NASCAR, but the good news is we're not as big as NASCAR. And that's because you just watched Corey get off that boat. He went right down to our Erica, got the interview, and our sport allows access to all of our people through autograph sessions. In fact, we have one coming up today that we'll be talking about. But our drivers and our teams are so approachable.
Yes.
And sometimes we at H1 forget that. We have to market that better. That
Absolutely.
Come get your picture standing in front of the boat and talk to the drivers and get your picture taken with them. It's good stuff.
The fans like that so much.
They
it's so important
do
to the
like
fans.
that.
You know, all these drivers are approachable and they're humble and they're good people and it's joyful. It's a joyful time for all of them.
It is, and they always make time for those clowns like myself who come up on the dock when you're hot and I stick a microphone in your face. Jean, I want to know what happened on this. And you're going, really? I really? No, but you guys always do it so well, and sometimes we don't. We don't play that up enough. I know our Erica Allreed is trying to chase down J. Michael Kelly. It'd be nice to talk to him. He got the inside lane, but as Jean was pointing out, sometimes that's not the best on this course.
No. I think the Corey people did the right choice, and it showed off.
Yeah, plus, you know, what we didn't talk about is that big hole over there coming out of turn one. It bit you, it bit Mike, it's bit a lot of guys over the years.
That's what I was talking to JMK yesterday. You know, he got bit many times in that big hole there with many different boats. You know, so
it's not boat specific.
No, exactly. So it's kind of scary. But everybody went through that first corner well today, and it's all good.
It is good. So our first Heat 1 is in the books. Let's take a look at our schedule moving forward for the day. We had that heat on the schedule from 1:15 to 1:35. Checking my watch. Wow, 1:39. That sounds like being on schedule to me.
Yes.
Next, we got a break coming up. From 1:35 to 2:35, we're going to take a 1-hour break for lunch, and that's going to allow our safety and rescue personnel an opportunity to come in off the water, get something to eat, and we are also going to have... Okay, so I just had it in my ear. We're going to put the GP boats back in the water, and we are going to run that heat before lunch to try and get ourselves back on schedule. There is a driver's autograph session in the tent beside the Regatta office just up Vaughan Drive, but I'm suspecting that's going to be put on hold a little bit while we run our Grand Prix Heat 1B. I'm looking. I don't see any GPs in the water, so that's probably going to take a bit. But hey, we got our first unlimited heat in. It was good. It was competitive. The new start procedure worked. I think it's good.
It's all good.
Yeah, I said this to you yesterday. That's what my wife always says. Put the boats back on the trailer, sunny side up.
Exactly.
And she's happy. That's all she ever wants.
Go fast, turn left, come back.
There you go. J. Michael Kelly has cleared the truck. Not the 9 yet. They got the 1 cleared. That's pretty quick. And this has been another point of emphasis, is to get the boats cleared through tech inspection. We want people, especially when it becomes the final heat, we want people to not have to sit around for a while or leave the venue and not know really who won.
Exactly.
They know who won on the water, but they need to know from a tech standpoint. Last week, go. All right, let's break away right now. We'll come back to that thought, but let's turn it over to Erica Allreed, who is standing by with J. Michael Kelly.
Our very, very close second place finisher in that one, although probably not where you want to be, given you were so close to that race win. You have to be proud of that effort as you brought it down to the finish line. So what do you feel like you could do next time to maybe one-up this effort?
You know, it really, I mean, we did everything we wanted to do. We kind of been down on boat speed, you know, to start off the weekend. And, you know, my teammate has kind of been struggled the last race, and looks like he's found his momentum again. And, you know, but... You know, to start off the very first heat race of the weekend, to have a deck-to-deck battle like that, I mean, you can't ask for more. And, yeah, that inside lane, it's just a matter of me deciding if I want to keep my foot to the floor or not. You know, last thing I want to do is take out myself or the other boats first heat of the weekend. So, you know, just mainly get through the first heat. And but, man, what a battle.
Yes, thank you so much for making that one so exciting for us. We look forward to seeing you back out there. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Erica, for catching up with our second place finisher. I can tell you who maybe the happiest guy might be around here. It might be Daryl and Vanessa Strong.
Well, they should be.
1-2 right out of the box. That's a good way to start.
Ask?
You can't ask for much more than that. So, Erica, thank you. And Mickey down there. Mickey's the cameraman. it's hot down there, and I was talking to Erica this morning. She goes, "There's not a lot of shade down here," and here you and I sit in this air-conditioned
Well,
palace.
it's pretty cool for Madison.
Absolutely, and I
Usually
know
here it's
you've
100
been.
degrees here.
Yes, I know you've been here a number of times. Where man, oh man. So yes, the weather is absolutely perfect and typical. I now don't remember what we were talking about before such time as we went to Erica, but it's all good. Our Heat 1 is in the books. Jean, I'm going to let you go if you want.
Okay,
Go down there.
sounds great.
Be with Rainey's and tell them
yeah.
to get that thing ready to go. They're in Heat 2.
So I'll see you soon, my friend.
All right. Jean Theoret, he'll be back and join us when we get ready to go for Unlimited Heat 2. Heat 1's in the books. And what I started to say to Mr. Theoret before he left and we went down to Erica was we were talking about how fast JMK cleared the tech truck. And one of the things we're making a big point of emphasis about in 2024 is getting our boats through the tech truck faster, especially when the final heat is being run. And what we did in Guntersville, I thought was very, very good. The first boat that goes on the tech truck is the boat that finished first on the water. Our producer and director, Nick Kish here, he went back and looked at the videotape in Guntersville. When Andrew Tate took a checkered flag after completing 5 laps in the final heat in Guntersville, it was 34 minutes past the hour. And it's a long way across the causeway there to get over to the pit area. But when he took the checkered flag with 34 minutes past the hour, we got the word across the radio that he cleared the tech truck at 44 minutes past the hour. 10 minutes from the time he got the checkered flag. And I made a point, and I know a lot of people did, to go to everyone involved in that process. And there's more than just one person. Everybody involved in that process got a high five. We were very pleased with the effort. It is a point of emphasis. And so H1 is trying very hard to make things better. As we talked to Mike Denslow yesterday, it's going to be a process. It's not going to happen overnight. Erica just came back. Nicely done, young lady. You guys are doing a great job down there. Mickey's back as well. Nicely done. So right now, our Grand Prix hydroplanes are being picked and placed into the water. As soon as they are in the water, we will come back and we'll be ready to go with our Grand Prix Heat 1B. It is presented by Rivertown Bar and Grill. And just as I say that, before I step away, Corey Peabody and the U9 has cleared tech inspection. The 9 has cleared. So our winner is official on the water. Corey Peabody, the U9, is number 1. And J. Michael Kelly has cleared as well. He is your number 2 finisher. So good news for Strong Racing. Boats have cleared tech. We'll step away. We will be back with Grand Prix Heat 1B, sponsored by Rivertown Bar and Grill.